Hey, welcome to week 3 of the course here. I got the summer scenery up. Of course, depending on where you're at, it may not be so summery right now if you're in the storm region. But anyway, so just got my scenery up here. I'll try and keep this real quick for you. As far as the course goes, there's two of you in the course. One of you is a little behind, the other, no issues. If there's problems with any homeworks or anything, I would have let you know. But otherwise, my quick topic this week is about staying the course. We're not talking about this course, but that this is a term that from navigation type term about staying focused, staying the course or the azimuth you're supposed to be going on. It's a sea navigation course for the most part. About just making sure you're staying where you're supposed to be going. Otherwise, you get lost and fall behind schedule and so forth. Hold fast is another one of those terms. Just staying focused, staying where on the direction you're supposed to be going. So my point this week is about staying the course, staying motivated until you finish what you started. That's the important thing. There's lots of obstacles that happen in life with court, but you got to stay motivated with what you're doing. You got to stay the course, light a star, change the world wherever you are. But the point, that point is, you got to stay focused on what you're doing. You got to be the example and be proud of what you're doing. One of the things, the marvels of Facebook. Um, you know, Let me back up there, but you may not know the influence that you have on people, and being an example, being proud of what you're doing. So with the marvels of Facebook, one of the things I found, and I'm a little older now, but people from 20, 30 years ago that you connect with, and you find out from them that you had a influence on them, a positive influence. You set an example, you were proud of what you were doing, and that influenced other people. And that can be co-workers, friends, church people, your kids, other kids. I know, for example, my wife had, even though she don't admit to it, she was like a magnet for neighborhood kids, and she had a positive influence on them. So you just never know the influence you have on people. So that's my point for this week. So there you go. All right, into the course real quick. Um, okay, so this week we're into week 3. Uh, we got our 3 chapters here. We got covering the economic fluctuations, unemployment, inflation. This chapter here, and it may not touch it a whole lot, but one of the things I try to stress sometimes about is politics, trying to remove it, depending on left, right, Democrat, Republican, or independent, whatever you are, is trying to be neutral. Um, on topics like, okay, the economy, and look at it objectively, not from a political point of view, because politics, unfortunately, spins things sometimes. Um, Example, current, okay, the current administration, lots of negative press and everything. And I'm not saying pro or con on that administration. What I'm saying is, if you look at economy, um, you know, the lowest unemployment in like 50 years rate, things like that, the records at the stock market. So you have to look at things objectively and not from a, like as the election season starts spinning around here, uh, try and look at actual things versus things that are maybe spin or spun or whatever the case is. But, and I'm not just saying, I'm not saying that in favor of the administration. I'm just saying look at things objectively, regardless of what year it is, and so forth. Into Here we got the Keynesian economics in chapter 11, and then fiscal policy and national debt, how that works. So those are things. And that's another topic that the politicians get into. Oh, this debt, that debt, inherited this debt. Um, it just depends. You got to look at, going from the Bush years to the Obama years to the Trump years. There's different types of debt. Um, Democrats would have you believe it's everybody else's fault. Republicans will have you believe it's everybody else's fault. So you got to look at it objectively and look at the real numbers. So that's my point there. All right. So otherwise, discussion, homework, and quiz. And with that, I will let you go. My test question this week. This one's just cute, so that's the 2.5-year-old, and I got the 6.5-year-old. And here's the test question. What's going on here? There's like 2 or 3 things going, but maybe 4 even if you want to get really, But anyway, that's the test question. So I will let you go with that. And let me get into the So that's it. Again, I'm 7 days a week, so you can get in touch with me anytime, and I'll get back with you pretty quickly. So with that, have a great week. Get in touch if you need anything. Take care. Bye. Well, bye again. I lost a button there.